Welcome to Community. I'm your host, Cody Thompson, and on today's episode, we're really, really excited because we have our first ever return guest, someone that's been on the pod before. Lots has changed. Rochelle from Limitless, welcome back.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited. I've known you guys for a long time, so it's really good to have a chat and tell you all things Limitless.
Well, you've been very busy since we last caught up. Yeah, and we're going to delve into a lot of that sort of stuff. Let's close the loop to get started today.
Awesome.
So if anyone missed your first episode, just give us a real quick intro into Rochelle and who Limitless is, and then we'll talk about what's happened since.
Sure. So I myself don't have a disability, but I have had 67 operations to date. I am back on dialysis after 20 years of a transplant, so fully blessed for that. Limitless was started out as a passion for me because most people in my life told me I couldn't do things, you wouldn't amount to anything. And I was like, no way, man. Like, I see something different for my life. So, pardon the pun, but when you believe in yourself, all things become limitless. So that's what we live by. And so we really are passionate about like low cost to no cost community access and people making like real connections out in the community. So outside supports with people that they can get along with, be on the same level with, and really form long-term relationships. Yep. That's something that will forever drive us at Limitless. So it's what we've been striving for.
Absolutely. And it's what you're known for and, like you said, very passionate about. Yeah. But last time you were on this podcast, you shared a dream, and many of us, I hate to quote different things, but like, hey, share a dream, have a dream and stuff like that. You've achieved your dream.
Thank you.
Which is amazing. Yes. It's incredible. And even when we spoke last time, it didn't feel like, it felt like far away, but at the same time, it felt like you were making strong progress to get there.
Yeah.
Tell the audience, what was the dream? And more importantly, how does it feel to have now achieved the dream?
So I've always wanted to have a farm and have a place where people belong. They can come and hang out. They can interact with the animals or interact with each other, and we can run social groups. And again, low cost to no cost, because out in the community, it costs a lot to go to the movies these days. It's like $50. So it's actually been a 10-year dream.
Wow.
To have the farm. And to have this place. And in March of this year, we purchased it. And last week, we went live with it. So we had our first social group. We have art group on Thursdays and gardening group. And at the moment, we're open Wednesdays and Thursdays, 9 till 3.
Awesome.
You can come and do as much or as little. So during that time, like on a Wednesday, we run coffee group between 10 and 12. You can get involved in that, or you can play air hockey, or there's a TV out there. There's massive garden games. We have 4 cows.
Wow.
2 horses and a little lamb named Roger. And if you've seen our Facebook, everybody's in love with Roger. He's been into the office and all sorts. We call him the little therapy lamb.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, he's so adorable. So and so at the moment, I'm in the search for some donkeys.
Nice.
And we're going to keep building. And just like in the 2 weeks that we've been up and running, the experiences that we've had, it's just so good for the soul, Cody. It's like, it's my happy place. I love that I get to get out of the office 2 days a week and go down there and be a part of it, and people can come and chat to me, and yeah, just the conversations and the atmosphere. It's just everything that I wanted. So
amazing. Like,
Thank
well
you.
done.
Thank you.
Like you said, like a 10-year dream in the making. Many of us set these goals and these challenges. Many of us, and I look at myself here, because many a time I've given up, or things have got too hard, or it's just come unreachable. Life has changed. But you saw the journey, you stuck it through.
Yeah.
Were there many times where you thought this may not happen?
100% over. Obviously, you know me very well. The audience doesn't, but I've been in and out of hospital just in the 3 years that you've known me. My kidney failed, returned to dialysis. I'm sitting in a hospital bed with a laptop on my lap, doing rosters and things, the boring stuff and the grind.
Doesn't stop, does it?
That gets us there in the end, but you hold on to that vision and you hold on to that dream, and, that's what gets me out of bed every day. And I'm just excited to see what comes. I have a fantastic team that I have around me at Limitless now who are just as passionate as I am. And, we're just kicking goals, and it's an exciting time.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And what does the finished product look like compared to when the dream started? Like, has it evolved? Has it changed? Like,
I think so, because everybody brings a different set of skills to the table. So I want to make sure that the people that are working for me get to live out their passions as well. So it will be forever evolving. I mean, it's limitless.
well played.
I have a few of those. We'll get to them. But yeah, and I think too, like, we had a participant come just on Thursday, and he's really good at woodwork.
Yep.
And he was doesn't really do like a whole lot of social things anymore. He used to years ago, but doesn't tend to now. And he said to me, "Shell, next time I come, can I do some woodwork?" And I said, "Mate, write me a list and I'll build you a place to do woodwork," because we have the space now.
Yeah.
So it really is limitless. Like, we're talking about movies in the paddock and all sorts. So
that's amazing. And that's the thing, that now you've got the platform for it. You guys can dream these things up, and from a participant point of view, it is so cool to have that space.
Yes.
And I think that's the thing, like we talk a lot about, on this podcast, being in your community, everybody's unique, and embracing that. And what better way to do that than to have a safe place where, they said, if your passions would work, you can do that. If your passion's patting Roger the lamb, you can do that as 100%. Well, right?
And the thing is like, renting a venue or something like that, it costs companies a lot of money. Yep. When we annihilate that cost, we're able to deliver things a lot cheaper and smoother. And like just yesterday, we had one of our workers who used to work for another company. She had a client who absolutely loves the farm, grew up on the farm, hasn't been on the farm for a while. And I said, reach out to her. So she came along with her new support worker. So anybody outside of Limitless is able to access the farm and come down with their support worker. You don't have to be part of Limitless to do that. And I think quite often in our industry, we get very protective of, what's ours, and you know me, I'm all for collaboration, always. I will never stop learning, never stop growing in this space. And so to have other people come in and share their feedback or their experience with us only helps Limitless grow.
Big time.
No.
And it just creates more opportunity for anyone, right? Like you said,
100%.
regardless. Like there's, I don't know any other farms like this that exist at the moment. I'm,
so excited. Yeah.
So, but that's the thing. So people shouldn't miss out on that just because they choose the different support worker. Like it's all about creating that place. Now, I know it's only been open for a couple of weeks. Has there been anything straight away, like you mentioned before, like you love the atmosphere and stuff, but any like stories you can share, or any moments already that you're like, this, like sat back and went like, this is why I did it?
100%. So we launched last Thursday. It's just launched inside Limitless at the moment. We will do like a big launch for industry and things like that. But last Thursday I was driving to Coles in the morning to get some carrots for the horses for everybody to feed, and on the way back I had a tear in the car driving back, because it's like, I might cry now, Cody, because it's like, it really is like 10 years in the making, and it's like, we're here, like this is it now, we're here. And that day we had quite a few people come out, and one of our young participants, young male with autism and PDA, he doesn't really talk and he doesn't really interact. I am crying.
You're okay.
I'm so sorry.
Mate, you've earned those tears in a good way. Like this is...
Like he left and it was just like, this is it. This is the vision. You know what I mean? And he came out to the farm for the day, and he doesn't really like talk a whole lot.
Yeah.
And he caught one of the cows with us, Teddy.
Yeah.
And we were like leading the cow around. I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
And we were like brushing the cow, and he was like full sentence talking to me and giving me high fives. And he was like, "Thank you so much, Shell." And
I love that.
And he left, and I just looked at one of my coordinators, Jason, and I just burst into tears. And I was like, this is exactly it. This is exactly why I want to do this.
Amazing.
And he spent the whole day leading the cow and then telling other people about the cows and how to feed them. And it was just
crazy
like,
how quick some people can become an expert.
Just the boss.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. And that's the vision. Growing up, I had renal failure myself, always different, not always a part of it, had limitations on what I could do because of that illness. And I wanted to be a part of something and to have people understand me on my level.
Yep.
And so for the very first kickoff, to have that experience, that will forever be in my heart. That's
Big
just
time.
absolutely amazing. So
yeah.
And I just want everybody to experience. So come to the farm.
Absolutely.
Bring down the things that you love. Like, I can't explain to you the sunset and the peace and it's just absolutely amazing.
Hey guys, a quick message from our sponsors, SN Training. Are you looking for complex care training that you can trust? SN Training are nurse-owned and nurse-led, delivering both accredited training and non-accredited training with a focus in the NDIS high-intensity supports. Compassion is at the forefront of everything they do. They deliver evidence-based, practical education led by experienced nurses who role model best practice and inspire confidence when it comes to high-quality support. With human-centered practice at the heart of everything that they do, you'll not only learn, but you'll learn the right way. SN Training is where expertise meets care and your learning makes a difference. We're so excited to be working with SN Training. They share the same passion that we have for shining the light on positivity in the NDIS sector and for people living with a disability, and we can't wait to keep working with them. Now back to the episode. Yeah, no, look, and again, I appreciate you being so raw and
sorry.
Open. No, it's great. I mean, yeah, like I said, we all get caught up sometimes in working towards different things, and for something like this, it's been a dream for so long, but to see it come to life must be incredible. I can only liken it to, but it's probably not a great example, but I remember at my wedding with my wife, and I remember we like snuck away for a moment just to go on like the top level and just look down at what we'd created, and it was months and months and months of planning, not 10 years of planning.
Yeah.
But, you get so caught up in the journey. Like, I think the saying is, like, don't forget about the destination. But that was exactly it. Like, we took a moment just to, like, enjoy it.
Yeah.
And it sounds like that you've been able to do that. And I think you're going to keep being able to do
100%.
that because you're going to have these moments daily where you can see the impact that you're making.
Yeah. And I think, too, like, in the space that we're in at the moment with everything that's going on in the NDIS, I have a lot of connections, and there's a lot of people like leaving the industry, and it's all become too hard to have a moment like that where it's like we're going right back to the center about why we do what we do, why a lot of people are started in this journey along the way. I think is right timing. Yeah.
It's well needed.
Yeah, well needed, and at this time. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. No. And can we touch on a little bit, like you mentioned, like some of the things you can do at the farm, but I think broadly speaking, like things like just being outdoors, being in nature, playing with animals, like what do you like think is the impact it has on well-being for some of these participants that are often otherwise stuck at home or, not getting out in the community like that?
I mean, like I said, we've only been up for a couple of weeks, and like the garden group started last week, which tell you a quick story about that.
Yeah.
So they gave me a list of things to go and get. So I went to Bunnings with my shopping list, got all the things I need. But then there was like a couple of days before they were coming out to start the garden, and I like the pressure to keep them alive. I was like, oh my God, hurry up and come, because I am not a green thumb.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And so they're all safe.
They're good.
No plants have been hurt in the start of the garden. I actually said, can I please have a round of applause? I've kept these,
You've done very well.
Beauties alive. So, but like they started the garden, and they were doing all the weeding and all that. And like, for me, I was like, oh, thanks for doing the weeding, But they come up to me afterwards, and they were like, thank you so much for like creating this and like letting us come out here. And it's like, thank you for like being such a blessing. The smallest thing, like yesterday, one of our participants came out, and she never manages to stay the whole time for her supports. She starts to get anxiety. Mm-hmm. You can see it happening. She'll ring mum, and then she'll want to go home. Stayed the whole time yesterday. First we made cupcakes, which she did absolutely brilliant doing, and they tasted good afterwards. She's frightened of animals, and we got her feeding the horses by the end of the day. And even little Roger came up and licked her foot, and instead of like screaming or having a reaction, she goes, and starts laughing. And then
Cute.
she was walking past the dog and she was like, hello, dog. And I was just like,
That's
the
such a change.
just the smallest thing. So she's been out twice now, starting to feel comfortable, and Mum had definitely said to me, she's not going to touch any of the animals. I don't know what she's going to get out of it. And, that was the highlight of my day yesterday.
That's amazing.
So.
That is so cool. And again, like to use your terminology, but it's going to be limitless now because you're
100%.
going to see it consistently on a daily basis.
It's the opportunity, like after everybody left on Thursday, because I brought all the staff out. You can't explain to somebody, hey, come to the farm if you haven't been amongst it and feel it. And so I brought all the staff out. And after everybody left, we had a bit of a staff meeting, and then we had one-on-ones. And instead of sitting there and having one-on-ones, I was like, let's walk and talk.
I love that.
So we're walking loops of the farm while
we're
talking, and I just watched my team relax and like really like share like what's working for them and what's not working for them. I don't think I would have got that in an office space.
No, people dialing in and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So something happens the moment that you kind of just let go and let it take over you.
Yeah, I love that.
It's a special place.
Yeah, very cool. Well, there's a lesson in what you just said, so I think that's very, very cool.
Yeah.
For anyone in our audience, like other providers out there that, have an idea, want to think outside the box, potentially, want to get started, like what's your advice to them? Because I think, again, we all get caught up in the day-to-day and, we'll push that down the line. It gets dropped.
Yeah.
The first sign of danger or things are going wrong, you go, I'll get to that dream later.
Yeah.
So what's your advice for someone that's thought about it?
Well, Mr. Cody, me and you have actually had these conversations, haven't we?
Once or twice.
I can remember when the DEC was a lot smaller and just starting, and I saw the vision, you saw the vision, and we had many conversations. And I think one of the famous things that I said to you, and I'll say it again, is just step out of the boat.
Yep.
Don't be afraid. Mistakes are not a bad thing. When things don't work, it's a lesson.
Yep.
It's a lesson, but it's also an opportunity to grow from it.
Yep.
So back yourself. I said it last time I was on the podcast. I'll say it again and again. Back yourself 100%, believe in yourself, and things become limitless.
Big time.
It truly is a motto that I live by. And sometimes the best things in life grow from mistakes.
100%.
So just roll the dice.
Yeah.
Have a bit of fun in life. We're here once.
Absolutely. And I think that's becoming more relevant more than ever nowadays. Like there's so much happening. It's just taking your chances when they're there. And I think for us, and you talk about our journey, but that was what at the time felt like a ginormous step. But 100%. Now you look back and you go, well, that was almost like a baby step.
Yeah. But the best thing you ever did.
Without a doubt. Yeah. And now we take leaps, not steps.
Yeah.
And it's all because of having that confidence to do it the first time and learning from it. So now I share the vision, and I know I needed a bit of a nudge at times, and I'm sure again the audience can relate to that, but ultimately
get some cheerleaders in your background.
It definitely helps.
People that really like champion you on and believe in you, and when they look at you, they are putting positive things into your life. Don't spend time with people that aren't going to jump on the same boat as you.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Now, this is going to shock some people, but in all the free time that you've had since running a business, nailing dreams, creating farms, all that fun stuff, you managed to just quickly launch aged care business as well on the side, right?
Yes, I did. Actually, so there's a new development in that. So I went into partnership with Trilogy Care. Mm-hmm. And I work under an agreement with them, so they look after the packages for aged care, and then we deliver the in-home supports. Love it so much that I put my money where my mouth is, and we have just this week launched for our own registration for aged care.
Amazing.
So we'll fully be going down that path. I think it's great for the support workers. Yep. I think that they're very diverse ways of delivering support. And I think disability gives you one avenue, but aged care gives you another avenue. So I think it'd be really good for support workers to be able to change things up and work in different spaces.
Yep. And see, I guess for them it's flexibility and like you said, opportunity to do more. They are very different sectors, but I do find there is some crossover. Have you found some of that so far? Like, is there any similarities between more like the industries as well?
Aged care is really like turned around in the last year or so, and they really have gone to a model that looks like the NDIS and working towards that model. So my skill set actually comes in really handy to be transferable for that. And like I said, I think same with workers. There's lots of transferable skills. Obviously, there's some differences and things like that. But I'm also excited to learn new skills.
Yeah.
You know, I've been in the NDIS space for a long time now. You know, started as a support worker, worked my way up, many hats I've worn along the way. And in some aspects, I'm a bit of a big fish and can answer any questions, quite knowledgeable. And when I walk into the aged care space, I feel quite humbled.
Yeah.
Because teach me.
Yeah, literally.
I want to learn. I want to soak it in. I don't know. And so that's exciting.
Yeah. It definitely keeps you fresh. And like you said, yes, there are similarities, but ultimately, like they are run independently and differently. Yes. And I think for us, and like doing events across both disability and breaking out into aged care as well, we've noticed that.
You can see it, yeah.
Yeah, so it's exciting times. Yeah. So I'm going to put a pin in what is going to be. I'm sure there'll be an episode 3 in 12 months, 18 months, whenever it is.
Yeah.
What are we putting on the vision board? What's the next 12 months? Like, what's the dream we're working towards next? Because you clearly just need something in front of you to work towards, and then you'll just go smash it.
Yeah, I hope so. I'd like the farm to be open every single day. Yep. So people have opportunity for that. I definitely like to grow the groups that we deliver. So reach out if there's a need for something in your area. Definitely have a chat with me. You know, we've got the space. So, you know, whether that's meetings for industry or, you know, if some other company has a great idea to run a program, let's have a chat. I'm definitely open to facilitating that. I think anything that we can give people opportunities to be a part of, hands down.
Yeah, you've always been a big collaborator and bringing people together, which is great.
Yeah, absolutely love it. Yeah. So I never want to stop learning.
No.
I get excited by that.
Yeah,
I get really excited by that because I think when you stop learning or when you think you know everything, you become really stagnant.
Yep.
And life's too short. Let's have some fun.
Big time.
You know,
big time.
You hear a lot of like horrible stuff out in the NDIS. But hey, gang, some of us are still having fun.
Correct.
You know?
Absolutely.
So, yeah, get amongst it.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. I think there is so much positivity and good things happening. I think, unfortunately, you have to look a little bit harder now than probably in the past.
Yeah.
But there are still so many great providers like yourselves that are doing great things. And, that's what it should be.
And I don't want to take away from people, you know, I don't want to get too much into it because it's negative, but there are families hurting out there.
Big time.
You know, there are a lot of things that are happening due to the changes that they're making. And I don't want to take away that anything that anybody's going through, but I do want to remember that there are great people out there, people that are passionate in this space too, people doing the right thing. And people loving what they do.
Yep.
And so seek those people out.
Totally.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Right.
Now, I know you loved the Sharp 7 the first time around. Yes. So we're going to go again, crack 2.
Let's go.
Yeah, we've changed the questions up a little bit. So we'll see how we go.
Okay.
As you remember, the first question is a one-worder. The rest are just a short, snappy one. So let's dive in.
Okay.
All right. What's one word that describes the past 12 months for you?
Exciting.
Exciting.
Yeah. Exciting.
Busy also comes to mind. I'm going to let you answer your
hard work also comes to mind,
but totally exciting.
We'll keep it positive.
Exactly. All right. So, and I think I may know the answer to this, but you can elaborate. What's one achievement you're the most proud of?
I'd actually say I think you'll be surprised by this, but actually my team.
Yeah.
We started off with quite an inexperienced team at Limitless, and we just had a meeting the other day, and one of the very first things I said is I actually believe every person sitting here is sitting in the right seat.
Yeah, I love that.
So I am excited to see where my team takes it. They're really dedicated to myself and to Limitless and to the dream.
Yep.
And so that's exciting for me.
Big time.
To be around people that have the same passion as me.
Yep.
Yeah. So my answer to that.
Oh,
That was a bit longer than you probably.
That's all right. I know we can expand on it. I think from all the events that we run as well, like the brands and the businesses that are doing great things are exactly that. They might be led by an inspirational leader. They might have someone that's the face, but they are ultimately driving because they have a team that's fueled towards the goal and they have the same passion. And it's so hard to find.
Yes.
But when you feel like you found it, like you can honestly achieve so much.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Okay.
I think we're in a really good place. If again, another little pun, but we've got the right source.
Yeah.
We've got the right passion, the right partnerships, the right groups that we want to run, the space now. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next episode.
Yeah,
that we sit down
definitely.
and have a chat about things.
Absolutely. All right. Well, what's one of the biggest lessons that you've had as a business owner? Again, you run 2 businesses now. You've got a farm.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of learnings, but what's one of the biggest ones that comes to mind?
I think I've grown a lot as a director, and as a manager of people. And I think that's the lesson that I've learned along the way. I am open to collaboration. I am open to these things, but I have also been hurt by a lot of people in the industry. And so guarding what you have, and who you share that with, and making sure that they do have the right passion, they do have the same culture, they do have the same morals as you, is a very important lesson I've learned along the way.
Big time.
Yeah.
Now, we talked before about taking steps, taking leaps.
Yeah.
What's one risk that you're glad that you took?
The farm.
Yep.
It's more money than I've ever put
They're
down
not cheap,
in my entire life.
Yep.
And, worried about will people come, all those types of things. But just stepped out of the boat and just thought, let's open it.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Yeah, let's just open it. And those that are meant to be there will be there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. What's something that you've changed your mind on since we last spoke? Anything recently that's changed your perception? Yeah.
I'd have to go back again to that collaboration thing. I think, as a young director, I was kind of like, let's collaborate with everyone. We can do such great things in the space and all of that sort of stuff. And that's not entirely true. Not everyone's for you.
Yep.
And you do have to be careful about your brand, your culture, and the things that are close to your heart. So yeah, just being wise on who I surround myself with.
Well, that's where that experience comes in, right? Like
100%. Yeah.
I like it. All right. Outside of work, what's your perfect way to spend a day off? And I know you don't get many of them these days, but if you could have a day off, what would you do? What does it look like?
On my little lawnmower.
Yeah.
Out at the farm.
Love it. Roger running around. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got my speaker.
Yeah.
And I've got my playlist.
Yep.
And my playlist is pumping.
Nice.
Yeah. And Roger running around, and it's absolute bliss. The view, I haven't mentioned, it's in Serpentine.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. We didn't know where it is.
Sorry.
Yes.
It's in Serpentine, so it's 5 acres in Serpentine, and the view will never get old.
Love it.
It will never get old.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Perfect day.
Well, speaking of things that never get old,
yes.
Our last question is always the same.
Cody.
Yeah, well, obviously, like fine wine.
Yeah.
But how do you define community today? Like, what's your go-to when you think of community? How would you summarize it?
Again, just a place where you belong, where you feel like you're okay to be you. You know, where you can unpack everything and just. That's community to me.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, it's been amazing having you back on. Again, you are my first ever second-time guest, so you get to keep that as history, so that's well done to you.
I feel like I need a plaque or something.
Yeah, look, we'll work on that. We'll work on that. But leave us with something in terms of, I guess, the audience that are dialing in today, watching it. Is there a message for them? And especially, I guess, I lean into the whole, you had a dream, you fought through setbacks along the way. Like, what can you leave us with to those that are potentially considering something similar in their own world? How can they get through the tough days and, I guess, ultimately see through the journey right till the end?
Believe in yourself. Continue to believe in yourself and show up for yourself. When you show up for yourself and you become your cheerleader, even on the bad days, you're going to find the light You're going to find the bit that's like, this is why I do what I do. And just remember, I think the biggest message I want to leave for people, out in NDIS land right now is that, we're all going through a lot. It's a tough time. But seek out people that are still having fun.
Yeah.
And seek out experiences to remember, your goals and your aspirations, and make sure that you have people behind you that can back you to get there.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, well, like I said, we're going to set the tone that let's call it 12 months, 18 months. We're going to come back. The farm's going to be flying. It's going to be open every day. So we will get you back in for a third time.
100%.
Between now and then, if anyone wants to reach out about the farm, if they want to reach out just about Limitless more broadly, like how do they get in touch?
Yep. So you can reach us at admin@lcshub.au. And the team will get back to you. You can go on our webpage and drop us through there. Or you can give us a call on 0428 07 4455. Or you can show up on a Wednesday or a Thursday out at Serpentine. It's 480 Hall Road, Serpentine, and it's open between 9 and 3. It's $5 to attend. You can stay as long as you want or as little as you want, and do as much as you want.
Yep.
Come on down and be a part of it.
Come check it out. Amazing.
100%.
Well, thank you again for all the incredible work you're doing in the community.
Thank you for having me.
No, it's great to have you back. Right. And like I said, I'll put a pin in for 12 months' time.
Awesome. I look forward to it. Thanks, Cody.
Cheers.